Alright, I'm on hole number 5 of the Fuji Open. We're in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Let's go to hole number 5. Alright, this is the par 3, and I'm going to play this hole. This hole, I'll tell you, this hole is all going to be dependent on the clubs that are in your bag. For me, especially if you watch my videos a lot, I am a big fan of, like, this hole right here is an optical illusion. Okay, here's the green, and everything else doesn't exist. I mean, that's pretty much how I like to play par 3s. I do not want to get a par on a par 3. You can't make up for it. You can't recover. All the rest of this stuff the greenskeepers could never touch, and I would be okay with it. I don't want to involve anything else except for the green. I want to start off on the fringe, start off on the green, and stay on the fringe, stay on the green. I want to stay up here. I want to avoid all this stuff. This is a super tricky hole. It is so steep. I mean, look at how the depth of the shadow that's showing in the picture here on how steep these hills are. So you're aiming for this spot right here, and then you hit low, it's going to go this way. You hit high, it's going to go this way. Same thing here. You hit here, and you're in the right spot, it goes forward. You hit high, bam, it goes that way. You hit low, bam, it goes that way. And this is a big swing. You start off on the fringe, you go right at the green, you may end up here, you may end up here, you may end up in the hole. You're going to be close every time. So I'm definitely going right for it with a Guardian. This is a low percentage hole-in-one shot. So, you know, you're not really knocking that low percentage any lower by bringing a Guardian. And I've been working on my Guardians really hard to try and get my Guardian maxed out, and I am 32 club cards away from getting that Guardian maxed out. There's a couple clubs that I'd really like to get maxed out. The Rock, when it's maxed out, it picks up the rest of its curl, and there's some shots that you can do with the Rock that you can't get done with anything else. You can't get done with the quarterback. My Hornet, I wouldn't mind getting maxed out. Alright, so what do we got here? I got my Guardian, and I got a Marlin. That's all I'm going to take. And I think my Marlin is going to put me... I'm going to have to look at the red line here again. Let me see my notes. Guardian. I think I'm going to switch... I think I'm going to switch this to a Katana. I think it's a red line issue. My notes say Katana, and I think I switched it up for a Katana just because of where the red line's at. So you can see my red lines right here, and with a Katana, it's going to push my red line forward, and so now I'm at a truer number, and I'm at minimum club, and I play this club at 1.7 per ring at minimum. And my notes say 20% wind adjustment, so it's 4, so it would be a 4.8. And it's 1 point, so there's 5. So I'm going to do a 3-ring pull, and I'm going to run out of time. Hitting it perfect. Had to snap that off. Really close to the hole. So let's see if I did that right. 1.8 times 3 is 3, 4, 5, 4. So that was actually a little bit of an over pull. I'll have to go back and watch the video on that and see what that number, what I moved it there. I was going for a 20% over pull, and we'll see how that worked out for me. Based on the way that the wind was going, I didn't draw it enough, or I set it up. I'll have to look at the setup on that. Sometimes when you're doing those backspin shots, you go right at the hole, and sometimes you have to be at one side or the other because it's sloping here from the right to the left. It's going downhill, and so when it hits, it'll take that backspin, it'll suck it down the hill. So it'll come back to the left is what I was anticipating. And I'll have to look and see where it landed and how that affected. These types of par 3s, I'm going to work this par 3. I'm going to watch these videos. I'm going to work this par 3 over. And hopefully, my goal is that I'm not trying to... if I get a hole-in-one in these rounds, then I get a hole-in-one. But my real goal is to continue to work these holes and get better and better at them, and try and peak on the weekend round. And if in any of these par 3s, we have 6 opportunities to play these par 3s in the weekend round, and if I can get one hole-in-one out of those 6, that I'm pretty excited, especially on holes like this, because they're not super. This is not a super high percentage hole-in-one. The other two par 3s that are in this tournament, while they used to play really awesome. I mean, you used to be able to, they were definitely hole-in-one holes. They've redesigned them just enough that they're a lot trickier than they used to be. Alright, that was hole number 5 of the Fuji Open tournament and Monday's practice round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.